I have started painting, as you can see. I've done around the corners of the room and the floors, the other side, all ready to start rolling the first coat on the walls.
Hi boys! Hello! Out for a little walk with my pack. Training the puppies to stay close by. Bear, come on! Good boys! Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. They'll do anything for a carrot, these boys. Good boy. We went down through our forest, out the side mountain road. And now we're on the mountain paths. And that is us, back to the lane, barely a lane, which leads to our property.
I've now got this little room painted and the floor all cleaned. This wall is going to be the wall that we're painting our mural on. Bottom of the window is going to get a nice bit of wood as a windowsill to also use as a seat. Next thing I'm going to do is start making a little dresser for along here, which is going to have the same bit of wood on the top of it as the little window seat. Just out here, there's an old wardrobe, which was in there. And in this room, another old wardrobe. So my plan is to use as much of these panels as possible. Basically, this for the base, a few shelves, a back, two sides, and basically 8 to 12 boxes, and then we can have little drawers in some of them, and a nice wooden top. This is all going to be painted, other than the top. The top will just be oiled or varnished, so using different parts of woods that are different colours doesn't matter, it's still going to be painted. Makes it a little bit easier for using different bits up. Time to get started. I've been trying to work out what parts I shall use where, and it's starting to confuse my head a little bit. I have this piece which I'm going to use for the base because it has some nice detail on it. This part will be the back, and I'm thinking these two side parts will be the two sides, because again there's a bit of nice detail. Once it's painted, it'll become a lot more visible, sanded and painted. I'm going to have two shelves horizontal, and then 3 dividers upwards to make 12 separate boxes. But I think I shall cut the base down first, and then these sides and the back, and fit them all together before trying to work out the shelves, because it will be a little bit easier. I've now got this little bit behind me, the base, two sides and the back, all fixed together, glued and screwed. And it's fitting in there very nicely. So the next parts I need to work out is the shelves. Just taking my table saw up to the little wood shed instead of down there because there was a little bit of rain starting, but it doesn't seem too bad at the moment. In here are the leftover bits of MDF, which I was hoping to use for all of the internal shelves because nice and flat at both sides. Unfortunately, I just measured it and there's not quite enough, so I am going to use this part of the old wardrobe for, I think, the bottom horizontal shelf, because the underneath has the little studs on it, but it'll be very low so you won't see them, and this nice flat bit will be to the top. So I'm about to rip these on the table saw, which is here, all to the right width, and then I can work out the lengths and the heights for them.
Never felt time like I do now. I never wanted it so much to stay. I never knew love before you, and now I'm trying to hold on in every way. So when I'm scared, you bring me courage, and this love is a terrifying thing. But when you call me, I'll answer. And if you need someone to hold your hand, and when you're lonely, I'll be there. I will give you everything, everything I am. Well, it's your smile when we're dancing that brings me back to who I am. When I'm old, when I'm faded, these memories will bring me back, oh, bring me back. So when I'm scared, you bring me courage, and this love is a terrifying thing. But when you call me, I'll answer. If you need someone to hold your hand, when you're lonely, I'll be there. you call me, I'll answer. If you need someone to hold your hand when you're lonely, I'll be there. I will give you everything that I am. That I am. That I am.
I don't have anything. I was just looking for you.
Now I've got all the shelves in. Time to start cutting the top. Back up in the woodshed. And I have this piece here. Not quite sure what type of wood it is, but it's big. And once it's all sanded up and oiled, I think it's going to look really nice. So I do plan to use this for the top of the unit, plus for the windowsill. So I'm about to lift it down to the trestles down there, and I'll be able to start marking it out. I'm going to cut it slightly bigger, and then because the unit's in the corner, hopefully be able to scribe it into the wall because it's not square, to make it nice and tight. This is the big slab of wood all laid out. Quite heavy to lift down. I've drew 2 lines, one along here and a straight one just cutting off the curve of this side. So this part is bigger than the unit and bigger than it's going to be, but I will need to cut it again into the wall, and still some bits of bark to take off and sand the edges. This half will be the window seat, but I think do this part first. I'm going to cut it and bring it in just to see how it looks. That is the bit of wood just carried in. I did have this end up there, but I flipped it over, see how it would look, and it's actually looking pretty good for just being a rough cut. See, but the walls are just in and out. Little gap around here, but it's not a worktop, it's a piece of furniture. I would be happy with that. The bit that I need to do now is work out how much of an overhang because I think it just looks a bit out of proportion. Had a little think of what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take 70mm off along the back, also make it a little bit tighter to the wall. I've also marked the line to cut off here and round the corner off. Once it goes, that's where the underneath corner is now. Once it moves back, it will be here, and then I'll have this bark took off, and there'll be a wee bit of a curve to the front of it. So I think bring it out, I'm going to cut the 2 lines, give it a little plane top and bottom to smooth it out a little bit, and also take the bark off the edges, and then I can bring it back in and try it on. I'm making really good progress in our nursery. I'm really enjoying doing a bit of woodwork again, making some furniture. Upcycling from old furniture is always good. I do have to go out and buy some more sandpaper before finishing it because I've used all the stuff I have. Although the nursery is quite a small room, this is definitely going to make much needed storage space to keep everything nice and organised.
It's the first night from the clocks changing, from the clocks going forward, and the sun is setting around 8 o'clock, and it's so beautiful. Our dinner is in the oven, as well as some sourdough granola, and I've just come down to shut the lid to our little mini greenhouse. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe to see our progress next week on the nursery. We hope you all have a lovely week. Take care, bye!